Want to give a shout out to my newest patrons and members. Thank you so much for your support. Chris Walker, Brett Lueckfeld, Stephen Prenzel, David Lilly, Randy Cridlin, Jack Tripper. All you guys, thank you so much for your support. And the newest members on the YouTube channel, David Knight, James Decker, Dan, I really do appreciate it. Your guys' support means the world. Let's talk some San Francisco Giants baseball.
And he drives it into right center field, hit it Todd. This baby is way back. On here.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Humm Baby Baseball channel. This is Eric, and today we got to go over a trade. The San Francisco Giants have made a pretty decent-sized trade, trading away Billy Hamilton, who is a very familiar name, big-time base runner, at least, especially back when he was with the Reds, and the guy can still fly, I assume, but we never got to see him in action with the Giants. He was over in Sacramento, assumed he was rehabbing because he had some kind of injury. It was really kind of unknown. We didn't get a lot of information on what was wrong with him. I don't know if he had corona. I don't know what it was. Usually we find out what kind of injury guys are dealing with, but we never really found out too much about Billy Hamilton. We just were like, okay, whatever. We'll probably see him at some point, but we're not going to see him at some point because he's been traded to the New York Mets for right-handed pitcher Jordan Humphreys, who we're going to talk about in depth in just a minute, because I think that this is a pretty cool trade, a pretty good trade for the Giants. Remember, Billy Hamilton, again, he's basically a very fast runner. I mean, he's got a little bit of potential at the plate, but he's not going to go, hit for a great batting average. He's not going to hit you a bunch of home runs, nothing like that. And right now, the Giants have some pretty hot bats going on with Austin Slater, obviously. He's swinging a pretty good bat. Dickerson and Yastrzemski both look solid. Both look like they're following up their 2019s with very solid 2020s so far. And so they're pretty much going to be mainstays in that lineup. And they also just called up Steven Duggar, and Steven Duggar is a very fast runner, and he's going to be as good, if not better, as far as a batting average and everything like that, and with power. And he's got, I think, more power than Billy Hamilton as well. We sent Jaden Davis back to Sacramento. He's always available to come back, and he's a guy with a lot of pop. So we have options in the outfield. I'm not saying we have great options, but we have options. And if Steven Duggar is going to be kind of our speedster outfielder who we can use, well, maybe we don't need Billy Hamilton. So if we can trade Billy Hamilton for a young player who can really bolster the system,
even though there really is no system because we don't have any minor league games,
and potentially help later on down the line, potentially this year, hey, I think it's a good move. So I'm happy with this trade. I should also give props to Billy Hamilton for his defense. He's very good defensively. Obviously, with his speed, he's got a great glove out there. That's important, but so does Steven Duggar. So I think that with Steven Duggar being promoted, I think he's going to be our guy there as far as the very fast outfielder with speed. And Duggar might bring a little more power. Maybe he'll get on base a little more. There's not a huge difference between the two. And I think that, Billy Hamilton, obviously a little more big league experience. But all in all, I think making this trade makes perfect sense. So you send him to the Mets. You bring over Jordan Humphreys. He's only 24 years old, and he was the 14th best prospect in the Mets system as far as MLB pipeline goes. So this is a guy who has a nasty slider in the low 90s, curve, changeup. He has proven that he can pitch and get guys out in the past. 2017 with the Columbia Fireflies. That is a single A team, but he absolutely dominated in 11 starts. 10-1 with a 1.42 ERA, only gave up 41 hits in 69.2 innings, struck out 80. What a season that was. Got promoted to high A, and in a couple starts he wasn't quite as good, but all in all, 2017 was a fabulous season. He had a 1.79 ERA overall in 13 starts with that 10-1 record. I mean, just a great season. He had to be super high on the Mets' radar at that time, even though he was an 18th round draft pick, so he wasn't a high draft pick, but still, a season like that, they got to be looking at you. But unfortunately, after that absolutely fabulous season, he had to have Tommy John surgery. And when you got a young 21, 22-year-old kid who just had that type of season have to undergo Tommy John, everything changes. All of a sudden, he's not on the fast track anymore. You got to watch him, see how he recovers and everything like that. Missed all of 2018, just made a couple starts in 2019 with the Gulf Coast League Mets. Pitched a little bit in the Arizona Fall League where he was awesome in 4 appearances, had a .77 ERA. It is a small sample size, but he's only had small sample sizes since coming back from the surgery. The guy has shown to be dominant, and it seems like most pitchers do bounce back pretty well from Tommy John. Some even better, or at least it feels like they're better because they were struggling before because they needed Tommy John. This guy, obviously, it's a different situation. He never struggled. He was awesome in 2017. So it's been a while. I mean, we're in 2020 now, and I'm talking about 2017. So he missed all of 2018. 2019 pitched a little bit. You know what, though? The guy's only 24 years old. We just picked up Jordan Humphreys, a young pitcher who's done nothing but deal when he's gotten his chance. Yes, he had Tommy John. That's the downside. What did we have to give up? A veteran outfielder who's about to turn 30, who's coming off a year where he hit 211 with the Royals. Yes, he's got a lot of tools, okay? But to me, this is a no-brainer. I like the deal. I do. I like the deal. Let me know what you guys think, though, below. I was happy when they signed Billy Hamilton. Don't get me wrong. Actually, Billy Hamilton was a guy, I think, in 2016, 2017. There was a point where he was with the Reds and he was going to, he was kind of on the trading block. And I was like, please get Billy Hamilton. At that time, I really wanted him. But he seems to be declining as far as batting average, getting on base. What good is the speed if you don't get on base at all? Yeah, he's still great in the outfield and all that. He's got tools. He's quick. He's fast. And, he can swing a bat a little bit. He's not just, terrible. But all in all, looking at our roster, who's contributing right now this season, I love the move. I really do. Now, maybe it's not going to work out. Maybe Jordan Humphreys was never going to be good. Maybe he's never going to pitch in the big leagues. But you know what? At the end of the day, I still say, hey, this is a good move at this time. Good job on the trade by Farhan Zaidi or whoever did it. I don't know who's working the deals because, obviously we have a GM, Scott Harris, who we never talk about. It's always about Farhan Zaidi. But yeah, Scott Harris, Farhan Zaidi, good move as far as I'm concerned. Billy Hamilton's heading to the Mets. Jordan Humphreys heading over to the San Francisco Giants. And let me know what you guys think of this deal. In other news, just going to throw it out there really quick. The Cardinals are getting some more positive tests. It's not a good thing. But the commissioner came out and said, hey, we are actually not going to stop. There was rumors that we might end the season as soon as today, Monday, but then the commissioner came out and said the players need to be better, but I'm not a quitter in general. No reason to quit now. We have to be fluid, but it's manageable. That's kind of a weird thing to say. I'm not a quitter. It's kind of the same thing of the Marlins when they got together and we're not playing. We're definitely playing, even though we got 4 positive tests.
We are not quitters.
It's not that kind of deal. It's not that kind of, let's go. We don't never give up. This is different. This is a freaking pandemic, okay? You got to make smart choices. Having said that, though, I'm actually not too unhappy to hear this because selfishly I'm a baseball fan and I'm loving having baseball. But I want them to do whatever's best, whatever the smartest decision is for the future of the game and for the health of everybody. So hopefully they do that. It's not up to me, and I'm glad it's not up to me because I would not want to be in his position, in Rob Manfred's position. But anyway, not that I like Rob Manfred because you guys know how I feel about that dude. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody, and have a fantastic day. Oh, last thing, just in case I don't get a chance to make a video, congratulations to the Tigers' Tyler Alexander, who struck out 9 straight batters, breaking a major league record for relievers. That is absolutely sick. What a freaking performance. That's going to go down in the history books for something in 2020. Regardless of how much longer this season goes, that is awesome. And that's really cool for Tigers fans that got to watch that. How cool is that? A relief pitcher comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 consecutive strikeouts. Then he ended up striking out someone else after hitting a guy. So unbelievable performance, Tyler Alexander. Shout out to you. So let me know what you think of this trade for the San Francisco Giants. And keep an eye out for some pre-games and post-games this week. Giants are in Colorado. It's going to be fun. We're going to Coors. Have a great day. Make sure, if you're not subscribed, to hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you put the bell for notifications if you want to know when I'm going live and when I put up videos. Have a great one, and I'll talk to you later. See ya!
When the Giants come to town, it's bye-bye, baby. Every time the chips are down, it's bye-bye, baby. History's in the making.